Okay, here we have Ari getting out Bertie out of the kennel, and we're just going through the steps of before you get him out, having him under control rather than allowing the dog to pull out through the gate and drag out and jump around and be disobedient, and then after you get him out, trying to regain his attention and his control. So what we're going to do in this circumstance, before we open the gate, Ari's giving the dog treats. As you can see, he's fairly wound up because she's come with the lead. So she's giving him some treats and she's going to try to get his attention. She's rattling the gate so that we get past this thing of the trigger for bad behaviour of the dog. The moment you go to the latch on the gate, the dog pulling and dragging out, and the trigger being just the noise and the latch on the gate. We've opened, we've closed the gate, we've got the dog's attention. He's sitting. Once we walk in, we're closing the gate again. So this is how we start. If you start and allow the dog to pull out through the gate with no control, your chances of getting the dog's attention back once you get out the gate and being able to handle the dog once you get out the gate are slim. Especially with a dog like him that needs training. With a veteran dog that has been trained over years, it's an instinctual thing. With a dog like him that needs training, it's very important that you start as you mean to go on. There's no high emotions going in, and if you notice, during this session, Ari has not spoke to the dog. So we're keeping the energy low. She's using physical cues and body language to control and get the dog's attention and get the dog's focus on her. All the time you can see what's happening. The dog's energy is coming down. So the dog's tail is coming down, the dog's energy is coming down, everything is coming down. He's starting to go into a sit. We're getting a little bit of focus. We're gone away from the trigger of the noise of the gate. He's not squealing anymore or getting excited anymore. He's coming down nice and calm. We're in control of the gate. The conversation that we're having here is that we are in control of the gate. We are in control of the lead. We can't sit down and explain to the dog that he is a dog and that we're in control of the gate or the lead. So this is how we have this conversation. This is how the dog understands what's expected of him and what the behaviour that we require from the dog is. Rather than just shouting at the dog, the more we shout, the more we use verbal cues, the more excited the dog becomes, the less communication there is, and it just becomes manic and frantic. And you can see Ari there, she's stepping back, and the dog's able to hold his sit and wait as she's stepping back. And the same thing, she's not shouting at the dog, she's not using a lot of verbal stuff, right? We have him out the gate. Because he's out the gate now, he's become very excited. Ari's holding still. She's not becoming part of the issue, part of the problem. She's not feeding energy into it. She's keeping it back, she's keeping it calm. She's taking treats. He's going back into the kennel. So going back into the kennel, lead off, back in again. Okay, he's got his reward, energy level down. We're in control of whether we move forward with the dog. We decide whether we move forward with the dog. The dog doesn't take control of us and demand that we move forward with them. We decide whether we move forward, whether we bring the dog for a walk or not. We could spend 30 minutes here, 40 minutes here, getting that dog's attention, getting the dog under control at the gate, being able to walk the dog through the gate. Once we walk the dog through the gate, being able to walk the dog to heel, out to the exercise area. Once we have the dog in the exercise area, being able to control the dog in the exercise area. So right away, we're going to get the dog under control at this point. And when we have the dog under control at this point, then we're going to move forward. We're not going to try to get to the exercise area and end up shouting and roaring and hitting the dog. We're going to go step by step so that we have the dog's attention and we have the dog focused and the dog is watching and listening before he goes out to the exercise area. We're in control of whether this moves forward or whether it doesn't. It's the dog's choice whether it's going to move forward. If the dog is going to come out under control, if he's going to give eye contact, if he's going to follow simple commands, then we're going to move forward. If the dog isn't going to move forward, if the dog isn't going to do this, then we're not going to move forward. So it's important that we start with the dog under control, we maintain the dog under control, then we move forward with the dog under control. So, okay, Harry?